Ladies and gentlemen of the internet, welcome to another episode of Can We Please Talk About Music. Today we're doing something a little different. Instead of me reviewing an album that came out recently, we're going to talk about an album that came out 30 years ago. My name is Mike from Karol's Kid Productions, and today we're talking about a record called Glorious Results of a Misspent Youth by one of the most badass bands in the history of rock and roll, Joan Jett and the Blackhearts.
It's gonna take a long time to get you up on my mind. Love like yours is hard to find. You'll never be mine. It's gonna take a long time.
Now, to be honest, before I heard this record, I wasn't all too familiar with Joan Jett's catalog. Like most people, I had heard the hits, Bad Reputation, I Love Rock and Roll, great songs. But when I bought Glorious Results of Misspent Youth, it was kind of on a whim. I assumed I'd like it, but I wasn't really sure what to expect. Long story short, it's great. The album opens with a song called Cherry Bomb, which is actually an updated version of a song that she wrote for her original band, The Runaways. And if you didn't already think that Joan Jett was a wicked badass punk rock queen, this is the only song you need to hear to set you straight.
Oh, Daddy, oh, Mom, Cherry Bomb, hello, world of your royal girl, Cherry Bomb.
As the album went on, I was surprised at how diverse it was. She's got ballads that seem like they should have been sung by a 1960s girl group.
I love you, love, you love me too, love. I love you, love me, love.
She's got songs with horns.
Someday, my love, I'll get to you before you can start. Someday, my love, I'll take your heart and I'll tear it apart.
It also contains a cover of a song called New Orleans, which was a hit for Gary U.S. Bonds in the 1960s. I certainly didn't see that coming.
Every southern belle is a Mississippi queen. Down the Mississippi, down in New Orleans. I said, hey, yeah.
But from top to bottom, this album is sheer punk rock, exampled by one of my favorite songs on the album, Frustrated.
I said, I'm frustrated. My hands are tied. I'm frustrated. My brains are fried. I'm frustrated. No place I can hide.
Now, if you can't tell by watching all the other episodes of this show, I'm a big fan of poppy music with hooky and catchy choruses and punk rock music. So when I heard this record for the first time, I thought, how have I not been a huge Joan Jett fan for my entire life? And then I realized that maybe I haven't really been influenced by her, but I've certainly been influenced by artists that have clearly been influenced by her. Joan Jett is an innovator and an icon, and it is clear after listening to this album that she has had a huge impact on bands ranging from Green Day to Tegan and Sara. Glorious Results of a Misspent Youth was just recently re-released on vinyl for the first time since 1984. And the vinyl itself is hot pink. How cool is that? But don't worry, for you non-hipsters, it's also available on iTunes. I highly recommend this album if you're a fan of either old school or current pop-punk music, or just great rock and roll in general. And by the way, if you ever get a chance to see Joan Jett and the Blackhearts live, you should totally go.
Because she's awesome! My name is Mike from Karol's Kid Productions, and we'll see you next time on Can We Please Talk About Music! Because she's awesome!